We heard earlier a verse from Prabhupada Saraswati. He said that the moon in Vrindavan is not the moon, it's transcendental. The trees, the land is it's not land. If anyone says that this moon is a moon, or this earth is the earth, or these trees are trees, then that person is nonsense. The same thing, any sounds spoken in this realm of Vrindavan, they're not ordinary sounds. They're all shabda. Lord Krishna, when the gopis rebuke him and chastise him and call him a cheater, a lampat, and a durt, and a kapat, and a chor, those words sound like material words. Chor means thief, lampat means playboy, kapat means cheater. These are words that we use in Delhi and Bombay, and in Hindi and English we say cheater, playboy, liar. Easy come, easy go. Both. Suk and Duk. So we use these words, but when these words are spoken by the Braja Gopis in Brajadam, they're not ordinary sound vibration. They are more valuable, more powerful, more purifying than Pavitram Shabdam than the Shrutis. The original Vedas are called the Shrutis, Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajur, and Atharva Veda. Krishna himself tells that the chastisements and the bad words and foul words spoken by the Braja Kishoris and Braja Gopis against me are more relishable and more powerful and purifying than the Vedic stutis and stavas of the Shrutis. So similarly, whatever speaking is going on, broadcast from Radhakundis, just by being, not that it has anything to do with the speaker, but the locale, this transcendental realm. This is afternoon in the village, and after everyone works hard in the village in the afternoon, they go out in the fields and they work in the construction, they work in making pots and clay pots and cups, and they do construction, they take care of gardens, and in the late afternoon around this time they come home and wife starts cooking, and then the men, they start smoking various herbs, locally grown herbs. So just, if you live here, you can, unfortunately, they're not burning agarbatti that we're used to, but this goes on. So this is what Prabhupada Saraswati is praying for, to become unmad. Kishore Yugalam kada unmad. When will I be intoxicated? Mada means intoxication. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha. So everyone's trying to get intoxicated one way or another. Some are trying by charas and marijuana and bhang. Some by whiskey, some by making money. People get intoxicated by making money. And selling something, making a sale, closing a deal, making a profit. It gives a rush. It gives a rush to the adrenaline system, and a type of intoxication because certain neurons and hormones are released in the brain to give thrill and pleasure and zing to a person's life. So everyone's trying to get intoxicated. The ant's trying to get intoxicated on a piece of sugar, and the businessman is trying to get intoxicated on scoring profits of crores of rupees. But devotees are trying to get intoxicated by bringing Radha and Krishna together. By bringing Radha and Krishna together, then Radha and Krishna enjoy the topmost ecstatic, intoxicated bliss of Unmad Mahabhav, Modan and Madan. And devotees are right there, part of it, so they're getting the contact high with Radha and Krishna. We chant the Yugal mantra, Hare Krishna mantra, and we bring Radha and Krishna together in rasa. 108 beads are the rasa mandala. 108 gopis are surrounding Radha and Krishna in the center, and they're all dancing in circles, spinning around Radha and Krishna in the center, and they're all chanting Hare, Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare. And Radha and Krishna are relishing divine union in the holy name. So when Radha and Krishna are together, it creates an intoxication that far surpasses any material inebriety or intoxication that people are seeking in this world. So he's saying, when will I get intoxicated? That's what the people are saying. Yes, Friday night after work, or Saturday night we'll get intoxicated after work. When will we party? When will we get intoxicated? But for Radha and Krishna, spiritual world is it's intoxication at every moment. Pratipadam purnamita swadanam. Pratipadam, every step they're swimming in an ocean of joy and bliss. So this is the prayer that the devotee wants to enter that realm of Braja, and he's chanting Hare Krishna to enter the realm of Vrindavan. The Maha Mantra, the Japamala, is the Rasa Mandala, is Vrindavan. The Srimad Bhagavatam is the Bhagavat Srupa of Krishna and the Shakti Srupa of Radha. And Vrindavan is manifested in the Bhagavatam. And Vrindavan is manifested in the Murtis of Radha and Krishna. And Vrindavan is manifested in Hari Katha, glorifying their Nam, Rup, Guna, and Leela. So this is the spiritual realm that we're trying to enter into. So there's another translation to this verse which we can peruse and get maybe another angle of vision here. It's very comforting to hear about Vrindavan. We're somewhat trying to live in Vrindavan and Radhakund. But every time we read this book and hear about the glories of Vrindavan, we feel like now we're entering Vrindavan. Vrindavan is contained in our own glories. The glories of Vrindavan are actually Vrindavan, the real Vrindavan. So if we're always hearing about the glories of Vrindavan, and we're always visiting holy places in Vrindavan, and hearing about the sacred, joyful pastimes of Vrindavan, and that way we're always in Vrindavan. So even if we're living in Delhi or Bombay or Russia or France, we can look at the pastime books about Vrindavan with the pictures, and we can read the pastimes and hear. And immediately that contact with Vrindavan Hari Katha will transport our hearts and souls to Vrindavan. And that's what it means to live in Vrindavan. This other translation is saying, when maddened with love will I directly see the youthful divine couple, who are as splendid as golden sapphires, and who enjoy eternally transcendental amorous pastimes in the groves of Vrindavan. So this is basically the same idea. He's saying, when I become unmad, kara unmad kaliye, when will that moment come when I'm maddened? And when I'm mad in the madness of love, I can see Kishore, Yugal Kishore, that youthful divine couple. That youthful divine couple, Kishore, youthful. Yugal means divine couple. Priya Priyatam. This is the prayer. So the entrance to that darshan is the madness of love. Krishna drove Brahma mad. And that's what it takes. Brahma was a creature of logic. We're all creatures of logic in this material world because we're all manifested on the causal plane. This is the causal plane. This material reality is the causal plane. Everything here is cause and effect. So we are creatures of logic, beginning with our father. Our father is Brahma, and he's the most logical entity. To try to figure out his own creation, he slapped on 3 extra heads. He slapped on 3 extra heads. That's this little tiny creation. Other Brahmas have bigger creations, so they slapped on 100 heads to try to figure out their creations. The bigger the creations, the more heads. But it's not that the more heads, the more solution. They say that in the material world, what do they say? 2 heads are better than 1. They have some expression like that. 2 heads. If we get your head together and my head together, we can solve this problem. So Brahma got 4 heads are better than 1. He got 4 heads together, and he still couldn't figure out the problem with the material world, how it works, who's behind it, and certainly who's ever behind it, it must be Vishnu. I know Vishnu is bigger than I am, and because I appeared from his lotus, from his navel on a lotus. But Krishna, he's behind it. He's behind Vishnu, and he's behind this whole arrangement. That's ridiculous, impossible. What's he doing? He's walking, he doesn't even have shoes, he's so poor. He's walking in the dirt, chasing cows, running in the forest like a beggar, like an Adivasi. And Vishnu is God. Vishnu has a big golden palace and so many horses and chariots and servants and chamara fans and diamonds and jewels. He's God. Aishwarya Bhagavan. But this little boy eats out of his left hand even. Doesn't know the basic Amy Vanderbilt book of manners. He's carrying pickles and yogurt and rice in his left hand and eating with his right hand from his left hand. So he became bewildered. So then so when he finally went crazy, vimoha means completely crazy, intoxicated. Moha, illusion. There's kam, krodh, lobh, moha, mada, moha. Mada means that you get so intoxicated, then you go into moha. Mada means intoxicated. Mada, kam, krodh, lobh. We say moha, but it's mada is the progression. First you're intoxicated. When you're intoxicated, you're totally an illusion. So he was intoxicated by Krishna's sweetness. He became intoxicated by Krishna's approachability and Krishna's nearness and naturalness and his unpretentious nature as a coward boy, a braj. So he became, what is this? And then he went mad. Not partially mad, completely mad. Brahma went completely mad. Vimohan, Vishesh Mohan, a very special quality of madness where he was seeing things, he was imagining things, he was talking to himself. I think I stole the coward poison. Did I? Or maybe I didn't. They're still here, sitting on the banks of Yamuna and having Bhojan Leela with Krishna. I run back to the caves. No, but they're there in the cave where I put them, where I hid them after I stole them. No, but maybe I'm seeing things. Maybe I'm not seeing right. Why don't you go back? Oh, they're still here. Or maybe they weren't there in the cave. Maybe I was just... So he becomes so bewildered. He doesn't know what he's seeing. He doesn't know what he's saying. He can't understand it. And then he comes back to look at Krishna again, and he sees thousands of Vishnus emanating from four-armed Vishnu forms emanating from Krishna's body. He says, wow, I guess he is behind all those Vishnus, must be Krishna. This is too much. So then he became totally intoxicated, and then he said, this is the way, my friends. This is the way to understand Krishna. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santak sadeva yeshu vilokayanti. Now I see him. Now I understand it. I understand something of him. This love, finally I've reached the plane of love. Beyond gyan, beyond logic, beyond my reason and all my four-headed reason and my four-headed logic and my four-headed accumulation of knowledge and experience over millions of kalpas. Now I understand it is love that gives me the vision of God. So this is what Prabhupada Saraswati is praying for. When will I have that I'll be maddened with love, because when I'm maddened with love, I will directly see the youthful divine couple Radhe Shyam, who are as splendid as gold and sapphires, and who enjoy eternally transcendental amorous pastimes in the groves of Vrindavan. This is a very nice verse. We're reminded of Radha and Krishna and their pleasure, sports in Vrindavan, and we're reminded of the great distance we have to travel to reach that realm. We're reminded of their beauty, and what it takes is madness. Lord Chaitanya made everyone mad. That was his duty, make everyone mad. Jagayamata went mad. Rari Gupta went mad. Nimai came to his house and peed on his prasadam plate, and Rari Gupta went mad, and then Nimai... And the Brahmin came to cook offerings for his Gopal deity, and Nimai made him mad. And then gave him darshan. See, I am your Gopal. I am the one that's stealing your offering. He made Srivas Thakur mad. He brought his son back to life, and his son preached to him. He made Advaitacharya mad. He made everyone mad. And gave them all love of God. Ramananda Roy went mad. And everybody was madly searching for him when he would leave the Gambhira. Gaur, Gaur, Kaha, Kotai, Gaur, Kotai, Gaur. Gaur, where are you, where are you? Running up and down the beach towards Chilka Lake, towards Konark. Jumping, swimming and looking, searching in the ocean, asking all the boatmen, asking all the fishermen, where is he, where is he, where is he gone? The madness of separation. Fisherman. Yeah, the fisherman actually, he went totally mad. He says, I saw a ghost has touched me, don't touch him, I chanted my inner string of prayers, I was chanting my inner string of mantras, and I was always protected, but this ghost was too powerful. Even the Shringa couldn't protect me from this ghost of Gauranga, the Gauranga Bhoot. So no matter what kind of kavachas you have, or what kind of bank account you have, or what kind of false ego you have, you cannot escape Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's network of love. You cannot escape Lord Chaitanya's hypnotic chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All around the world, Chinese, Japanese, German, French, everyone's getting hypnotized. Everyone's going mad by this mad chant. So there's another verse here we can see, Prabhupada Saraswati, about the glories of Vrindavan. And that was 18. Now we have 71. Cham mateva piteva satsaririva brateva sadbandhuvat. 71, page 353. Kantavat paradevate devateva guruvat sanetravat pranavat sarvasaika nidanavat swamamritavat satputravat swatmavat. Sri Vrindavana Radhika Rasika Moli Ananda Nityam Bhava. Sri Vrindavana Radhika Rasika Moli Ananda Nityam Bhava. Very interesting fun he was having in Sanskrit. It's what, please listen. Sadbandhavat, Kantavat, Devateva, Guruvat, Netravat, Pranavat, Nidanavat, Vat, Putravat, Swatmavat. Really, something else. O Radhika, O Vrindavan, O crest jewel among all exalted devotees, and the bestower of transcendental happiness. You are eternally like my mother, father, well-wisher, brother, friend, beloved, worshipable deity, spiritual master, beautiful eyes, very life, storehouse of all wealth, nectar, obedient son, and my own self. So this is Vrindavan is everything. What more? There's nothing left out here. Your pran, everything is here. Oh, here's another translation. Oh Sri Vrindavan, oh bliss of Radhika Rasika Moli, please always be like my eternal mother. Please always be like my eternal father, my good friend, my brother, my dear relative, my lover, my worshipable deity, my spiritual master, guide, life, priceless treasure, sweet nectar, good son, and my own heart. My own heart. Please be my own heart. Let my heart be Vrindavan. Let my spiritual master be Vrindavan. Let my deity be Vrindavan. Let my lover be Vrindavan. Let all my dear relatives be Vrindavan. Let my brother be Vrindavan. Let my mother be Vrindavan. Let my father be Vrindavan. Vrindavan is my guide. Vrindavan is my life. Vrindavan is my priceless treasure, my sweet nectar, and my own heart. This is Vrindavan. I think we have all bases covered, as they say. It's a hole in one. You just get to Vrindavan, or live mentally in Vrindavan, then everything will be wonderful. Vishaya Charya Kabe Shuddha Habe Man Kabe Ha Meherabho Shri Vrindavan Dham Kabe Ha Meherabho Shri Vrindavan Dham. When will my mind be pure? Shuddha Habe Man, Shuddman. Then automatically my mind becomes Vrindavan. If my mind becomes pure by devotional contact and by bhakti, that's the only way one's mind will ever become pure. By yoga, by gyan, still there's contamination in the mind. Yen yever vendakshive muktamaninas tvayastabhavada avashuddha buddhi. Avashuddha buddhaya. Avashuddha buddhi. Avashuddha buddhi. Avashuddha buddhi means not pure buddhi. So one who's a jnani, yogi, this type, smartas, etc., they think their minds are pure, but they're not. So their minds aren't pure, so their minds don't become Vrindavan. Karamani nirdahati kintu cha bhakti bhajam. Lord Brahma prays Karamani nirdahati kintu cha bhakti bhajan. That bhakti bhajan alone and nothing else, not gyan, karma, yoga, anything. Only bhakti bhajan, karamani, karma bij, nirdahati, nasht, destroyed. Then the mind, when that pure mind is purified by bhakti bhajan, then that purified mind, one with bhakti becomes one with Bhakti Devi. And one with Bhakti Devi means one with Brinda Devi. And one with Brinda Devi means one with Radha Krishna Yugal. Radha Kishore, Yugal Kishore. Therefore, Narottam Das Thakur is praying, Kabe Habe, when will my mind, when my mind is pure, then I will be in Vrindavan. So what makes the mind impure? Offenses. Offenses make the mind impure. So that's Kabe Habe Bolo Sedinamar, Aparada Guchi, Shuddhanama Ruchi. Aparada Guchi, Shuddhanama Ruchi. As soon as the mind becomes pure by stop offending Vaishnavas, deities, Dham, etc., Jiva Aparad, then the Ruchi comes in Nam, and when the Ruchi comes in Nam, then we get resonance in the Dham, and then we can start to progress in Bhakti Bhajan on the path of Ruchi. Bhakti begins with Ruchi. Till that we're trying to get Ruchi. We're reading from the wonderful glories of Vrindavan by Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati. A beautiful Sanskrit text was written 450 years ago. And now we're on chapter 8, verse 58. Nityanandan Niravadi Vivardishnu Divyavabhasam Vasan Divyan Pratipada Manoharina Prakodgirantim Nityam Suswastika Mukha Maha Divya Samstana Brindam Shrimad Vrindavana Bhuvam Aham Bhava Gamyam Bhajami. Aham Bhava Gamyam. I worship the land of Vrindavan, which due to eternal happiness is filled with ever-increasing transcendental effulgence. Vrindavan is pervaded by a divine fragrance, which awards transcendental residence to those who take shelter there. Vasan Divyan Pratipada, Divyavasam. There's another translation, second translation we have in this other book here. I worship the beautiful land of Vrindavan, which from eternal bliss creates ever-increasing transcendental glory, which eternally emits splendid and enchanting fragrances, which is eternally filled with auspicious transcendental abodes, and which can only be attained by pure love. So this is another idea, that Vrindavan can only be attained by pure love. That's a demanding requirement to enter Vrindavan. It is the abode of loving service to the Lord. Everyone is engaged in the service, the loving service of Sri Krishna, Govinda, Damodar, Madhav. All the verses are similar in a lot of ways, but there's always some reminder and stimulant to the reader on different levels. The particularity of this verse is that Vrindavan is Nityanandan Niravari Vivardishnu Divya Bhasam. There's a Divya Bhasam. There's a wonderful transcendental effulgence spread throughout Vrindavan, which is a byproduct of the inherent happiness. Vrindavan is filled with happiness because everyone is connected to the center. Everyone is properly positioned, properly placed. When one is happy when he's in his right position, when he's where he is supposed to be, doing what he's supposed to be doing, with whom he's supposed to be doing it, then he's happy. Perfection. It's perfection. But when we go to work and we're stuck in a place with people we may not like, and a job that we don't particularly like, we aren't so really happy, nor are we very radiant or effulgent. We're doing our job, as they say, working my karma. This is my karma. But Vrindavan is a land of happiness where everyone is centered on Krishna. Everyone is a servant. God is a supreme master, and everyone is naturally a servant. Every jivatma is naturally a servant. That's the inseparable nature of the living entity. We cannot separate service from life. Life means service. To live means to take service from others and to give service to others. This life itself is based on the principle of service. We take service of the fruits and vegetables, and then we live. And then when we die, we give service to the insects and ants and worms that eat our body and flesh. And then, of course, we do so much service, serve our wives and husbands and mothers and fathers and employers, and we have to serve our body. We have to wash it and decorate it and feed it and maintain it. That's service. The body is a master. It's demanding our conscious attention, our energy, our input, our awareness. So everyone has a master. Everyone is surrounded by so many masters. And rendering service, that is an inescapable part of life itself. The jiva is eternal, nitya, satchidanand. The nature of the jivatma, every jivatma, irregardless of the external covering. The jiva may be covered by a bird body or dog body, monkey body, pig body, fish body, insect body, tree body, flower body, or human body, or deva body, or any body. But inside the covering is the animating principle, the life force, the conscious entity, the atma, the jiva, the living principle, life itself. And life itself is actually an expression of service. In our Shastras, Bengali Shastras, it says, Jivera Swarupaya Krishnara Nityadas. Jivera Swarupaya, the Sarupa of the Jiva, the very natural form of the Jiva is Nityadas, he's eternal servant of Krishna. So we say, well, we come to this material world and we ignore God, or we say that God does not exist, and we try to establish ourselves as the center of life and make everything revolve around us, and receive service from so many persons and so many entities. But actually the real fact is we are servants, searching for the real master. Everyone is imitating, trying to be the master, but in Vrindavan everyone knows who's the boss. Everyone knows who's the master. And everyone's just doing what they're naturally supposed to do. The eternal Jiva Dharma, the eternal nature of every jiva is to serve God. And once God is out of the picture, then you have to serve so many ungodly personalities, so many proxy gods, so many, let's say, alternate masters, assumed masters, appointed masters. We assume and appoint so many others in our environment to be our masters. A man makes his wife his master, wife makes her husband her master. But actually, those masters are temporary, but the soul is eternal. The soul and its nature are eternal. The eternal Sat Chit Ananda, Sat Chit Ananda Atma, he is eternal and his nature is eternal. Sarup is Swabhav. Nitya Swabhav, Nitya Sarup. As we are eternal, our nature is eternal. Water always has a nature to expand things and to wet things and to cool things. It's the nature of water. It's always there. So the nature of the soul, no matter where you place the soul or put the soul, he is a serving entity, a serving unit. Serve we must. I remember a road sign, PWD, Public Works Department in Los Angeles, PWD. These were the chaps in charge of making roads and breaking roads and this type of thing. Bulldozers and earth movers and JCB backhoes and all these kind of things they have, steamrollers and tar laying machines and jackhammers and pickaxes and a bunch of wild gorilla bears. So they always, when they were making a mess of the streets and causing a lot of disturbance to all the motorists, they had little signs they would put up. It said, "Dig we must." Dig, D-I-G, which means to make a hole in the ground. Dig we must. So in other words, they were encouraging everyone to tolerate their digging because that's what they had to do. They had to dig up the street and get down and fix those sewer pipes under the ground and those drainage pipes so there wouldn't be waterlogging and all these other things. So in the same way that the motto for the soul is, serve we must. Dig we must, serve we must. So that's when one is happy when he's in the Vrindavan atmosphere. I worship the land of Vrindavan, which due to eternal happiness is filled with ever-increasing effulgence. So when one is happy, he's healthy to some extent, and he radiates a certain peace. Happiness and peace are side by side. There's no peace without happiness, and no happiness without peace. You meet someone working in some particular job, you say, "Does this job make you happy?" And they'll say, "It's not a question of happiness, it's a question of survival. It's a question of money, maintenance, pay the bills." Acha. Well, my job makes me happy. So the real jiva's job, the job of the jiva, the eternal occupation of the jiva, is to serve Krishna. That's his eternal occupation, his swadharma. When we get adjusted that way, then we find happiness and balance and peace. So Vrindavan is described as a land of happiness, balance, and peace. And this other translation, it says that ever-increasing glories emit splendid fragrances that can only be attained by pure love. So we attain the material world and we attain entrance into the material world and live in this material world by the desire to purely enjoy. Love means service, love means dedication. Enjoying means exploiting and extracting, taking from others. This is enjoyment. So there's a whole material world. There's whole material worlds for those people, those entities, those jivas. So devotional life, yoga life, dharmic life, religious life in its purest expression, everywhere they're telling all their followers, this is not the real world. The Quran, the Bible, the Upanishads, the Veda, the Gita. It says, Nat tad basayate suryo na shashanko na pavaka yad gatva na nivartante tad dhamma na paramamama. Krishna is telling in Gita, 15th chapter, maybe verse 6, he's telling Arjuna that beyond this world of electricity and sunlight and moonlight, there's another world. It's Paramdham, it's my place, the spiritual world. And if you go there, you never come back to this world of lightness and light and dark. Sometimes light, sometimes dark. It's ever effulgent. It's Paramdham. It's my place. It's God's place. It's God atmosphere, God world, spiritual world, heaven, Vaikuntha, Paravyom, Goloka, Vrindavan, Krishna Loka. Call it what you will, but it's that realm of effulgence and love. And there everyone serves. There everyone loves God. Everyone's blissful. So we'll read the next verse. There's a series of a few verses here to 62. Shri Radha Muralidharo Gunanidhi Srimat Padambaroro Dvandvainaiva Sudha Mudakara Mahamadurya Niyasdina Aschayatula Sokamarya Paramavyanta Kotuhalad Yasyam Sancharta Sadadivas Tam Vrindavaniya Vaninam. Sri Vrindavan is the supreme shelter of all matchless beauty, to mark with the lotus feet of Radha Muralidhar. The lotus feet of Radha Muralidhar are oceans of transcendental qualities which bestow sweet ecstatic love that defeats even nectar. Just eternally reside in that Vrindavan. The idea is there is a particular Vrindavan. Like we may say, I'm living in Vrindavan, the Syndicate Bank is here, State Bank is here, HDFC, and we're all in Vrindavan together. We're all together in Vrindavan, along with Nidhiban and Radharaman and Radha Govinda, and we're all in Vrindavan. But Prabhupada Saraswati is saying that Vrindavan is to live in a place where everywhere you see the beautiful footprints of Radha Muralidhar. Whether or not Radha Muralidhar are walking into the ATM machines and taking out money, I don't think you'll find their footprints there. But you'll probably find their footprints in Nidhiban and Vamshivat and Sevakunj and Radhakund and Govardhan and Barsana. So there are some exceptions. But the Vrindavan that he's inviting us to live in eternally is that Vrindavan that's decorated with their forms and pastimes, which are, if one sees those Radha Muralidhar Vrindavan, or he remembers them and continually remembers them, then soon enough he will be endowed with sweet ecstatic love, which is mentioned here. Mahamadurya, Sudha Madhukara Mahamadurya, 59. Please always reside in the land of Vrindavan, where the beautiful lotus flowers of Radha Muralidhar's feet are established, which flows a sweetness that eclipses the greatest nectar. Radha Muralidhar are two treasure houses of transcendental virtues. Guna Nidhi Srimat Padam Boruha. It's wonderfully and incomparably useful, delicate, and eagerly, this couple that eagerly walk there. So all those words are the Sukusama and Shode Sakapura, and no, that's the next word. Which one? 59. Sokumarya, Aschayatila Sokumarya. That's all those words are there. And if you hear and chant enough about Radha and Krishna and Vrindavan, by the process of hearing and chanting enough about them, then you see them. Because Shravanam Kirtanam is a way to purify the heart. There's no other way to have darshan of Radha and Krishna besides hearing and chanting. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam. We hear about Radha and Krishna, Radha Muralidhar in Vrindavan, and we chant about them, and then after some time we remember them. And as we hear and chant and remember, our chitta becomes purified. So much purified that we become attached and fully attracted. So much attached and attracted that we attract them to come and sit on the seat of our consciousness. As Balaram came and sat on the seat of the consciousness of Devaki. Balaram came from the spiritual world after she passed through different phases of consciousness. She exhibited the evolution of consciousness through different layers. And when she reached the layer of consciousness, which was called Vishuddha Sattva, that total purity of Chitta, then Balaram came and sat in her consciousness. He was transferred from Vasudeva Chit, from the Vasudeva Chit, that high state of vibration of her husband Vasudeva, that Shuddha Sattva, Vasudeva Sattva, transferred from his consciousness into the seat of her consciousness, which was now a suitable receptacle for that appearance of Sandhini Shakti, which ushers in the appearance of Bharani and Samvit in the form of Radha Krishna's darshan. So then shortly after Balaram appeared in the womb of Devaki as a 7th pregnancy, then an 8th pregnancy appeared was Krishna. So that's what happens. At first our consciousness becomes a Dham, Vrindavan Dham. Our consciousness becomes saturated with eternal existence, Sandhini, Balaram, Nityananda Balaram. And then Radha and Krishna come there. Oh, this is a place we want to put our feet. We want their feet walk in Vrindavan. We first have to purify our mind and make our mind the land of Vrindavan so their feet can decorate the land of our mind. So Radha and Krishna's footprints can decorate our mind. So next verse, verse 60. Mahachinta Ratna Prachayamaya Kurpadi Valitam Sukapura Shode Sukusima Parages Chanichitam Shadorminam Nirmulam Karasatkrut Sparshna Lavam Pavabdim Sri Vrindavana Bhuvamita Santara Sukham. Vrindavan is decorated with many raised platforms, bedecked with jewels, and smeared with camphor powder and pollen. Just by touching this land, one's lamentation, illusion, old age, death, hunger, and thirst are vanquished. Therefore, just take shelter of Vrindavan and cross the ocean of material existence. This is Wikipedia's definition of damsel, which Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati in Harmonist magazine, whenever he talks about the milkmaids of Vrindavan, the gopis of Vrindavan, he says that the coward damsels of Braj, the beautiful coward, the damsels of Braj, and Prabhupada used the same phrases in Krishna book. A damsel is usually a beautiful young woman placed in a dire predicament by a villain or a monster, who requires a hero to dash to her rescue. So this obviously sounds like the Middle Ages, when they had folk tales and folklores of monsters and dragons, and the prince would ride out of the palace on his horse with his armor and his lance, and he would ride Sir Lancelot with his white horse, and he would prance into the forest and find this girl with blonde hair and a long white dress and flowers in her hair, and then this big dragon breathing fire, and then he would challenge, and the horse would rear up like this, and then he would attack. So that damsel in distress is like that. So that when we were children, we saw books like this, and so that's Krishna, that hero riding on the white horse of Yoga Maya to save those damsels in distress. So the gopis of Vrindavan, who are damsels, they're in dire predicament, and they're put in this dire situation by a villain or a monster. So the monster is their husbands, and the villain is Kamadev. Sometimes their monstrous husbands lock them in their homes and prevent them from going to the rasa dance. Jatila and Kutila. Chapter 9, verse 14. Ati sahasam acharitam virudya guru shastra vidvare tvai vrindavanam vasa yandriya vasham apyato na hi tyajamam. O Vrindavan, I have audaciously rebelled against the spiritual master, and the learned scholars of Vedic literatures. Yet even though I am controlled by my senses, I desire to take shelter of you. Therefore, please do not forsake me. Viruddha Guru. That's not a good idea. Viruddha Guru. Virud. Virud Shastra. Vidvarye. So that's, he's saying I'm not in very good shape, but I have the idea that I have one good desire. I did a lot of wrong things, but I have one good desire that I hope will save me. And that desire is that I really want to live in Vrindavan, now and forever. So recognizing that underneath all these coverings of idiocy and rebellion, there's actually a purified jiva. O Vrindavan Mata, O Vrinda Devi, please accept me and give me shelter at your lotus feet. O Vrindavan, even though I am reckless, even though my actions are opposed by the most learned gurus and theologians, and even though I am a slave to my senses, please allow me to reside within your boundaries. Please do not abandon me. Nahi tyaja mam. That's quite correct. Tyaja mam, tyagi, don't abandon me. And he's saying, please don't forsake me. Same idea. Vasa Indriya Vasham. I'm completely Vashibhut. Prem Vashibhut is the quality of Krishna. Krishna is controlled by Prem Vashibhut. Controlled by the Prem of his devotees. So I'm Indriya Vasha. I'm controlled by my senses. I'm a slave to my senses. So is this Prabodhananda Saraswati speaking, or is this us? I think this is all of us, or at least most of us. I am reckless. Even though I'm reckless, even though my actions are opposed by gurus and theologians, well, that's easy. Virud Guru Shastra Vidvarye. The Vedas, the Shastras, the Gurus, everything I do is, you won't find it in the Shastra. That's a fact. There's a lot of X-rated activities going on in everyone's mind. That's definitely, and maybe even everyone's life or some people's lives. But Vrindavan is there. Look at Vrindavan. Even look now at Vrindavan. What a diversity of human beings are here. Unbelievable. Unbelievable cross-section of insanity. Or I wanted to say cross-section of humanity, but from humanity to insanity. Cross-section of everything. There's every variety of the modes of nature here. I think there's 8,400,000 species of human beings here. There's supposed to be 8,400,000 species of living entities, but in Vrindavan I think there's 8,400,000 species of human beings. So much variety, and so many outlooks and viewpoints and sampradayas and bhajans and sadhanas and sadhyas and Vishnu bhaktas and Krishna bhaktas and Ram bhaktas and variations on a theme. And everyone's claiming they're the perfect one and the right one. That's the beauty of it all. And Vrindavan just has her arms wide open. Yes, you're all right. You're all my children. She's embracing everyone like a big fat mama with 10 little kitties. All little kitties gather around her, and the big fat mama wraps her big arms around them. All my kitties. And squeezes them all together. So Vrindavan is like this beautiful mother with these huge loving arms that extend for 168 square miles. Trasi Kosh. And within that Trasi Kosh of Vrindavan, those beautiful expansive arms of Vrinda Devi, of Vrinda Mata. So many beautiful variety of people are here. Unbelievable. And it's all going on synergistically and harmoniously in its own sweet and erratic, ecstatic, transcendental way. It's all, I was telling Amaya one time, I said, sit back, watch the movie. Don't try to direct it. You bought your ticket, You sit in a seat. Now don't stand up and say, hey, why isn't camera 3 pointed on the main star? You know, the movie's going on. You bought the ticket. Now the directors of this movie are Radha and Krishna and Yogamaya. That's it. You can get up and buy some popcorn. An intermission. You have the freedom to direct yourself to the popcorn stand and buy some popcorn or peanuts. Or you can go to the pee room and the toilet, what do you call, water closet, and relieve yourself. And come back to the movie. But there's no way you can get up and change the lighting or change the actors or actresses or make the dog in the movie stop barking. Or make the lady in the movie stop yelling or something. When you go to the counter, you don't buy popcorn and you don't buy peanuts. You buy a big 1 liter bottle of laughter, hasya ras, and you drink that hasya ras to the bottom, all the way. You swallow it. Then, now that your belly's full of hasya ras, then you can watch the movie. Because you have to laugh it off. You have to. If you take it serious or try to change the course of the movie, you're going to get a headache or an ulcer or something. It's not good. The Surgeon General has warned. It's not good for health to try to change the movie of Vrindavan. This is one place that no one can change. And this is the one place in the universe that changes everybody. That's why people that resist change don't come to Vrindavan. People that don't want to be changed, they don't stay in Vrindavan. Because if you stay in Vrindavan, guaranteed you will be changed for the good. Ultimately you'll get liberated, you'll get prema. But Vrindavan is supersonic stealth bomber. Supersonic stealth bomber going back to Godhead. Undetected by radar. Untouched by Maya. Beyond the modes of nature. Just stay there. Don't make offenses. Sit back, do your bhajan. Go back to Godhead. Text 15. Ai krita ku karma koter api chandalan mahadamasya ishopi neva sharanam ha vrindaranya kim vidasyasi me. Ha Vrindavan! Alas, O Vrindavan! I am more fallen than a Chandala dog eater. There is no sinful activities that I have not committed against you. Moreover, I have not taken shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, will you please do something for me? Ku karma koter. Chandal, Maha Adama. He says, Maha Adam. Maha Adam. I am big time fallen. Very, very fallen. Maha Adam. Isha Pineva. I don't have any Isha. I have no Ish. Sharanam, Ish Sharanam. I haven't taken shelter of anyone. I'm only taking shelter of my ego. Hankar Sharanam. I am this, I am that. I do this, I do that. Ha Vrindavan. Beautiful translation. Please do something for me. Alas, I have committed millions of sins. I am more fallen than the outcasts. I have not taken shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Oh, Vrindavan, will you give shelter to me? Ai krita kukarma, kukarma. Krita, all I've done is kukarma koti. Koti, koti, koti. Koti, koti means millions. He says, krita kukarma koti. It's the same as Hindi. This is Sanskrit. This is Sanskrit shloka. It's the same. Kukarma means dushkarma, means bad actions. One bad action, one sinful activity is koti, koti, koti. Koti means, that's Hindi also, koti? Yes. Koti means millions of bad activities I performed. I'm like a chandala. Chandal. Chandal is a dog eater. Moreover, I'm Maha Adama. Adam. I don't have any place. I belong in the lowest of places. My consciousness is so low. My mind is so low. My desires and aspirations are so low, unmentionable, shameful even. And do I even seek any help? Do I even seek any assistance from outside of my own ego? No. I am perfect. I am happy. I am rightly situated. I'm a really good man. But he's saying, Isha ne sharanam. You don't have shelter of Isha, of God. Even then, oh Vrindavan, somehow please do something for me. Please help me. Kim vidas, vidas, you see. Vidas, you see. In this translation, alas, I have committed millions of sins. I am more fallen than the outcasts. I've not taken shelter of God. Oh, Vrindavan, will you give me shelter? So we'll continue tomorrow with crying out to Vrindavan. Vrindavan Mahimamrita ki jai. Krishna Kanta Bhavam Kwa Nu Sakalo Jana Vaishyam Apnot Ya Yatnat. Krishnas Yascharya Simha Parama Bhagavata Kutra Lilarta Murti Kutratya Krishna Padambuja Bhajana Mahananda Samaraja Kashta Brattar Vakshe Rahasyam Shrinu Sakala Midam Srila Vrindavane Tra. Where do living entities easily attain Krishna? Where are the wonderful transcendental pastimes of Sri Krishna to be found? And where can one see the highest form of bliss due to worshipping the lotus feet of Sri Krishna? Oh, Brattar. Interesting. Sanskrit, Brattar means brother. Last line, first word. Brattar means bro there. Bro there. Oh, brothers, just listen. As I tell you the secret, everything is available in Vrindavan Dham. Rahasyam Shrinu. Tat Shrinu, Krishna told Arjuna in Gita. Tat Shrinu, just hear that. Just hear me. Rahasyam Shrinu. Hear the secret. What is the secret? Sakalamidam Sri Vrindavane Tra. You can accomplish everything and anything and all things in Vrindavan. So we should desire to accomplish the darshan of Krishna's pastimes. And we should desire to experience the highest bliss by worshipping the lotus feet of Krishna. Krishna Para Ambuja Bhajana. Krishna Para Ambuja Bhajan. Krishna Para Ambuja. Ambuja means lotus. Para. Krishna Para Ambuja Bhajan. So we're doing Para Ambuja. Parambuja. Parambuja Bhajan. Krishna Parambuja Bhajan. We're engaged in worshipping the lotus feet of Krishna. And that gives us Mahananda. And it gives us Samrajya, Kashta, it gives us great kingdom. All opulences and supreme bliss. Samrajya, Kashta, everything's available. The whole kingdom of God is available at the lotus feet of Krishna. Text 88, same chapter. Grihanda kupe patitam kadamham udritya mudam kripaya svaveva kamadika lahi guner nigirnam mateva vrindatavi neshya sainkam. O Vrindavan, this fool has fallen into the dark well of family life and been devoured by the black snake of sense gratification. vacation. Doesn't sound too good. Oh Vrindavan, when? Kada? Patitam kada mam, when will you deliver me? By your kripa, your merciful glance, and give me shelter in your lap. The lap of Vrindavan, Mateva Vrindatavi. Nesya saying, come. Udritya Mudham, one big full number one. Griha Anda Kupa. There's the same verse in the Bhagavatam. Griha Anda Kupa. Kupa means well, Anda means blind, and Griha means household life. Krishna Surya Sama Maya Haya Andakar. Same word, Anda, Griha, Anda Kupa. Krishna Surya Sama is equal to the sun. Krishna is equal to the sun. Maya Haya Andakar. Maya is like a blind night, dark midnight. Amavasya, midnight. Maya is like Amavasya, midnight. Deep, dark, black night and no visibility. And Krishna is like the bright sun at noon, high noon. Krishna Surya Sama, Krishna Surya. So if we generate Krishna, then we'll always be in the light of Krishna consciousness. And so what is a blind well? So in these fields, these agriculture areas, they dig a well to irrigate the crops. And then maybe they sell that land, or that they don't farm that land for some reason, for whatever. And this well is in a field, and it's usually just at the surface of the ground. And some grass grows here and there, and there's a lot of grass and maybe wheat growing in a field. You say, oh, what a beautiful field, let's walk in the wheat fields. Nice. So you're walking along, doot, 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 doot. And all of a sudden, then you go doot doot doot, and then you fall in this well which you didn't see because it was a blind well. Blind well doesn't mean a well that doesn't have eyes. Blind well means a well that you don't see, and consequently, you fall into the deep, dark abyss, not bliss, abyss at the bottom of the well. And then no one can hear you. It can be 100 feet deep well. There's wells here that are 200 feet deep. Very deep wells, dried wells. And you, boom! Oh, Krishna! So this is the problem, that people fall in these deep, dark wells, griham andakupam, 200, 300, 500, 1,000 feet deep, and no one can hear anything that's going on there. Text 93. Jana napyamritam vihaya garalam bunje swayam bandam api arti brata nibandanam dridataram kurve sudrik swandavat Shri Vrindatavi materi kamiha majjivatur asti swayam yat tvam sneha mayi vikshya janatam swankam samaneshyasi. Although amritam, nectar, is available, I drink poison. Although I have beautiful eyes, I am practically blind. I always increase my material bondage, which is the cause of misery. Oh, Vrindavan Mata, Shri Vrindatavi Mata. Oh, my mother Vrindavan, she's a Devi. Like Yashoda is also a Devi. She's an elderly gopi. She's a mother. Rohini is a Devi. Radharani is a Devi, but she's a young gopi. Radha Devi, Yashoda Devi. Vrindatavi Matar. O Mother Vrindavan, O Mother Vrindatavi, O Mother Shri Vrindatavi. My only hope in life is that you are most affectionate. Therefore you will pull me out of worldly association and give me shelter on your lap. Jai Ho. Vrindavan Mata Ki Jai. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dana Pran. Oh Shraddhavan Jana He, Shraddhavan Jana He. Bhaktivinoda Thakur calls upon all the men of faith. Shraddhavan, those who possess faith. Shraddhavan Jana, those men, those ladies, those wise, fortunate souls who have faith. Then they understand that God is my father, God is my mother, God is my wealth, my life, my pran, my dan, my everything. Very nice. The mother, this is a very nice analogy because a child often does stupid things. The mother saves him. Everyone else may fail someone or let someone down, but the mother never lets you down. So your friends may let you down, your relatives may let you down, but your mother will never let you down. So Vrindavan is the place for the shelterless. Is a place that people that have been let down too many times by too many people and too many lifetimes and too many places, and they take shelter of Vrindatavi Mata. Vrindatavi Mata, and they say, "Oh Mother, I am yours, I am yours. Tavevasmi, najivami toyavina, iti vigaya devi tvam, nayamam charnatigam." Radha Devi tvam, Vrinda Devi tvam. Radha Devi tvam. This is a prayer in Lila Kusumanjali, 102 or so. Number 102 by Das Goswami, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. Is a prayer ostensibly, of course, to Radharani, but he uses the word Devi. And some people substitute Devi for Radha. Tavevasmi, na jivami tvaya vina, iti vigaya Devi tvam, they say, iti vigaya Radhe tvam, nayamam charnantikam. Please understand this, O Radha Devi, O Vrinda Devi. I have, in life or death, I have no one but you. So we can apply this to Vrindatavi Mata. Vrindatavi Mata, O Vrindavan Mata, O my mother Vrindavan. In life or in death, in living, I want to live with you on your lap. In dying, I want to die in your lap. A child wants to die on the lap of a loved one. So for the Niskinchan Sadhu, there is no mother, there is no father, there is no wife. There is nothing but God and Guru and Dham. Guru, God, Nam and Dham. For this Kinchan Sadhu, for the Sadhu that has nothing, he has Guru, God, Dham and Nam. What more? So he takes shelter of all four of these things. He takes Guru Ashraya, Krishna Ashraya, Dham Ashraya, Nam Ashraya. Takes shelter of Guru, takes shelter of God, takes shelter of Nam, and takes shelter of the Holy Dham. Everyone's looking for shelter. Most people look for shelter in money and friends, money and relatives, insurance policies. I have everything under control. I got my fire insurance, my theft insurance, my car insurance, my house insurance, and my health insurance. What about your heart insurance? What is your heart insurance? Anybody selling heart insurance? Can anybody insure you that you'll be happy? Can anybody ensure you that you'll be peaceful? Can anybody ensure you that you won't take another death? Only Krishna. Krishna can do all three. He can give you a policy by which you'll never die, never be unhappy, and never be disturbed. It's called Krishna consciousness, full coverage policy. Yeah. KCFP. Why don't you sign up for our KCFP, our Krishna consciousness full policy program? What is the premium? Your life. What is it? What is a premium? Your life. What are the payments? Your day-to-day surrendered service at the feet of Guru and Krishna. Oh, that's a lot of payments. High premium, but you get a great result. Great retirement benefits. Future is very bright. Swadhamam Krishna Dham. So this is shelter. Beautiful. Consciousness, beautiful outlook, beautiful devotee. Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur ki jai. He's deprecating himself. He's saying, I'm stupid, I'm blind, I'm drinking poison. I have beautiful eyes, but I can't see Krishna. I have a tongue, but instead of drinking nectar, I'm drinking poison. Speaking Gramya Katha, that means drinking poison. Eating Bhoga, that means drinking poison. Nectar is available. Krishna Katha is nectar. Tavakatamritam tapta jivanam. Tavakatamritam. Katha. Hari Katha is jivanam. It's life-giving. It's nectarian, life-giving. So that nectar is available. I can speak about Krishna. I can chant Krishna's name, but I'd rather speak gossip. I always increase my material bondage. It says that Brindatavi Mata is my only hope in life. Ekam jivatar asti swayam. You're most affectionate. Sneha Mai. Just see how the description of the mother, the Brindatavi Mata, what is her characteristic? She's Sneha Mai. Tvam Sneha Mai Vikshya. I see, Vikshya, I see that you're Sneha Mai. You're made, you're just saturated and composed and made of affection, the most tender, loving, ever-flowing, sweet expressions of affection and love. That's you, Brindatavi Mata. Sneha Mai. Even you can't find a material mother that's like that, Sneha Mai. Sometimes she's nice, affection, but sometimes she's mean as a thunderbolt. Huh? You're going to become Hare Krishna? Then no will, you're off the will. No money for you. I'm writing you off. What's this Hare Krishna stuff? Hare Krishna, what is it? Just go to the work. Be quiet. If you keep up with this Hare Krishna stuff, I'm throwing you out. Not in my house. So many things they can say. So this is not Sneha Mai. It's on and off affection. Sometimes affectionate, sometimes vicious. Sneha Mai Brindatavi. Swankam Samane Yasi. Very nice, very beautiful description of Vrindavan. Vrindavan Mother. There's many verses in Vrindavan Mahimamrita where the author, Prabhupada Saraswati, addresses Vrindavan as a mother. Because he's a sannyasi, he's a niskinchan sadhu, he's a vairagi. He has no color, vairagi. Rag means color. His mind is not colored with any attachments. No red, yellow, blue. No passion, no ignorance, no goodness. He's pure, Shuddha Sattva. Rag means color and rag means attachment. So vairagya. A vairagi means one who has no attachments because he's connected to God. That's not an attachment, that's a reality. A connection to God is not an attachment, that's reality. We have so many attachments, attachments bind us to the material energy. Attachments bind us to the cycle of birth and death. But a vairagi has no attachments because he's in his natural position of being connected with God. Connection with God is reality, it's not an attachment. You can't say, he's that guy, he's attached to God. No, that's reality. Attachment, that's reality. Mamevamcho jivaloke jivabuddhasanatana. The living entity is part and parcel of Krishna. We're not attached to Krishna, we're part of Krishna. You don't say that my finger is attached, it's not sewn onto my hand, it's part of me. It's a continuous part of my body, it's not something I attached. Like you have a telephone, you plug in the earplug and they say attachment or enhancement not accepted or attachment not accepted. So we are part of Krishna's body. So the sadhu gets connected, reconnected with Krishna, and then he's happy. But he also has, he's an entity, a living entity with feelings, bhav. Jivera Sarupera Krishnara Nichidas. This dasya bhav, it's a feeling, it's emotions. Anandamayi. Anandamaya Vyasat. The soul is a unit of bliss, a unit of love, a unit of feelings. So the sadhu, even the sadhu has feelings of sneha, and he's collecting sneha from Krishna, Krishna sneha, and Radha sneha, and Vrindatavi sneha, and Vaishnava sneha, affectionate dealings from Vaishnavas. Rupa Goswami says this is what we look for in Vaishnavas. When you're looking for sadhu sangha, what do you look for? Sajatiya snigdha. And Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he said these are the qualifications, or these are the characteristics we look for in a agreeable sadhu. He should be sajati, sajatiya. He should be with me, with my family, with my viewpoint, with my bhav, sajati. And he should be snigdha. Snigdha means sneha. He should be affectionate. So sneha, affection, is part of devotion, part of bhakti, part of the dealings of Vaishnavas. And even, it doesn't mean this kinchin sadhus like Prabhupada Saraswati are devoid of feelings, or devoid of love, are devoid of affection. They are extremely affectionate beings. But their affection and love is not misdirected to Maya and Maya's representatives. Man, woman, etc., objects. We're so affectionate towards our objects, and so affectionate towards our near and dear ones, and so affectionate towards our bodies. These Kinchins, they torture their bodies. It looks like it. They don't pay attention to it, but Krishna does. Krishna maintains their bodies. They forget to eat. They forget to sleep. They forget to drink, eat. They're absorbed in bhajan. Then Krishna someone comes with some milk and says, Baba, you haven't eaten for days. My mother gave me this pot of milk to bring to you. Oh, sure, I don't know. What day is it? So Krishna personally maintains devotees like Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri was absorbed in bhajan 24/7. And so he didn't think about eating or drinking or anything. I.e., Dina Diyarda Natahe. He's just absorbed in the mood of Vipralamba Bhav, fully tanmoy with Radharani's Viraha Agni, the fire of her burning pain and separation from Krishna when he went to Mathura and left her in the dust. He left her in the dust, literally. She collapsed in the dust behind the wheels of Akrura's chariot and never picked herself up again. Just stayed there in the same tear-drenched clothes, now coated with dust from the wheels of Akrura's chariot, crying day after day. And that's where Uddhava found her when he returned to Nandagram. Gopis are all lying in the dust of Vrindavan, crying, Sham, Sham, Sham. Govinda Damo Dharamadaveti, Govinda Damo Dharamadaveti, Govinda Damo Dharamadaveti, Govinda Damo Dharamadaveti. They cried like this. There's verses there in the Viraha Gita, chapter 39 of the 10th canto. I gave some classes on that in Bombay. And from this shloka, then Surdas Bilmangala Thakur, he wrote his Govinda Damodara Stotram, which has many refrains about the gopis and even about Draupadi and this one, that one. Then ends Govinda Damodara Madhavi. It's called Govinda Damodara Stotram. Govinda Damodara Madhava Stotram by Bilmangala Thakur. So these taking shelter of the mother, Vrindavan. Mother Vrindavan will never forsake us. My only hope in life, O mother, O my mother, O Vrindavan, O Vrindatavi Mata, you are my only hope in life. You're most Sneha Mahim, affectionate. You can do it. I know you can do it. Please help me. Please pull me out of all this Mayak association. Friends and relatives. Save me. Please give me shelter on your lap. A child stops crying when he lands on the lap of his mother. And so many people pick up the child and put him this way and that way, but he keeps crying and crying. When he lands on the lap of his mother, then he stops crying. I think there's servants out there. So this is the safe place, the mother's lap. The child knows that the lap of the mother is a safe place. That's like when Krishna was in Nandagram. Sometimes in monsoon season like this, there's big lightning and thunder. Spoom, spoom, spoom. And Krishna's in his bed. Oh, ha 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 ha. And he got very scared and he ran into Yashoda's room. Yashoda, Maya, Maya, Maya. And he jumped in her bed and he says, and he's crying. And then she picked him up and she kissed him all over his face and held Krishna Lalaji, held Nandulal, Yashoda Dulal to her breast, and she was cradling him and embracing him. She said, it's okay, it's only rainstorm, don't be afraid. So even when Krishna is frightened, he runs to Mother Yashoda and jumps on the lap of his mother. Sneha Mahi Yashoda. So this is, the sadhus take shelter in the holy Dham. Dhamma Shraya, Nama Shraya, Guru Shraya, Bhagavan Sri Krishna Shraya. There is no other shelter. Text 100. Sakridapi yadi drishta hanta vrindar tavi atvam. Sakridapi yadi radha Krishna namab yadhayi. Sakridapi yadi bhaktya sanatas tvat prapano. Dhruva mahaha tadamam amba no pek shitasi. More prayers to the mother. Hanta vrindatavi tvam. Oh mother, Hanta, oh my mother Vrindavan, if I have seen you even once in my life, if I have uttered the names of Radha and Krishna even once in my life, and if I have respectfully offered obeisances to those great devotees who have surrendered unto you, Vrindavan, then I am confident that you, Brindatavimata, will certainly not neglect me. So that's faith. That's confidence. Amba means mother in the last line, Amba. Mam Amba. No pek shitasi, that means neglect. Pek shitasi means neglect, and no pek shitasi. No pekshitasi means not neglect. My mother, Mam Amba. Mam Amba. Amba means mother in Sanskrit. Mother Vrindatavi. My mother will not neglect me. My father may ignore me and neglect me. Sometimes he does that because of his ego, his pride, especially when I get older. But my mother, she'll never neglect me. She'll always give me her heart. She'll always give me her attention. She'll help me. When my father won't give me money, my mother will. My father will punish me and slap me. My mother will forgive me and kiss me. This is mother's love. So Vrindavan is that type of mother. Vrindavan Dhama ki jai. Vrindatavi Mata ki jai. If I have had Vrindavan Darshan once, if I've once uttered Radha Krishna, and if I've offered obeisances to the Brijvasis even once, who have surrendered to Vrindavan, I am confident. Dhruvam means confident. Dhruvam ahaha. Ahaha tada. I am confident, Dhruvam, that you will not neglect me. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki. We're kind of wrapping up the glories of the Brijvasis, and I think we're on chapter 17, verse.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prithaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamine Prithaya Bhutale Adhidanti Vedanta Kamiti Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Visatarine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Visatarine Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivastadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivastadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivastadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Namah Krishna Devaya Namah, Hare Namah Krishna Devaya Namah, Hare Namah Krishna Devaya Namah, Hare Namah Krishna Devaya Namah. Ram Sima Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev. Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev. Shri Radha Shyam Chandra Lata Vichakha Devi ki Shri Radha Path Karthaki Path Karthaka Devi ki Jai Gaur Premanande.
Vatsala Sri Gaurahari Vajabhakata Vatsala Sri Gaurahari Sri Gaurahari Sahi Goshta Bihari Nanda Jasomati Chitahari Dhira Damodara Ishaye Kana Bhoga Mandire Basi Karaha Bojana Nandirani Deshi Bashi Giri Baradari Baladeva Saha Sokha Boise Sari Sari Shukta Shakhari Baji Lalita Kushmanda Dalidana Dugda Tumi Dadi Mocha Kanda Dabora Mash Boda Roti Kabritana Jaskuli Pistaka Kir Puli Payasana Kapura Amrita Keli Ramba Kirashara sabali Bhojana kore na Krishna hoye kutuhali Radhikara pakayana bibida byanjana Paramayanande Krishna kore na bhojana Chale bale ladu khai Srimadu Mangala Bagala bajaya Deya Hari Bolo Radhikari gani heri Nayane rakone Ripta hoye khai Krishna Jasoda Bhavani Bhojanande Priya Krishna Subhasita Bari Sabe mukha prakaloy Kore sari sari Asta mukha prakaliya Jata sakagane Anande vishrama kore Baladeva sane Jambula rasalane Jambula masala Tahake Krishna Chandra Suke nidradela Vishalaka Shiki Pucha Chamara Dulaya Apurva Sayaya Krishna Suke Nirayaya Yasomati Anga Priye Danishtaya Nito Sri Krishna Prasad Radha Bunje Hoye Prito Lalitari Saki Gana Avashesha Paya Mane Mane Sukhe Radha Krishna Guna Gaya Hari Lila Ekamatra Jahara Pamoda Bhogarati Gai Thakur Bhakti Vinoda Bhakata Vatsala Sri Gaura Hari Bhakata Vatsala Sri Gaura Hari Sri Gaura Hari Sahi Goska Bihari Sri Gaura Hari Sahi Goska Bihari Nanda Jasomati Chita Hari Nanda Jasomati Chita Hari
से बोलिए, भगवान को ध्यान करते हुए, भगवान के नाम में हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम
Hare
जय जय श्री राधे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Where are you? Hare Krishna.